This is a 2000 model F350. We're stripping and retinting. I've already cleaned and prepped this glass, removed the old film, wiping it down with a tack cloth. I do not wet the window at all. I bring the film in and just slip on the film. I cut these windows oversized and then I trim them once I get them in the vehicle. I cut the bottom to fit and the side to fit over there. And I ease these things in here. It's probably gonna get loud in a minute. We got a train coming through and I got the door open here at the shop, so I might see it through the back window coming down through here. This thing's too long to close the door, but yet I got the air conditioner going and the big door open. So I could pull the door down to the top of the bed of this truck, but instead I had rather have the light coming through. It's a beautiful day out today. I've got that up there. I'm gonna try to do part of this standing outside the truck, then I'm gonna have to get up in the truck, I think, to finish it. I like to squeegee all my material and water and slip down to the bottom, so any trash or anything that may gather up will end up down at the bottom where you really won't see it because of the seat. So I'm just slightly dragging this to get it where I want it. We do a trick called the glue method, but I'm not using it on this one. And what I'm going to do right down here at the bottom is I'm old schooling it. But what happens if you try to push all of this slip from the center up to the top and over to the sides is it's very easy to flush debris out from up in the cracks on this old window, even though we spent a good bit of time prepping it. And there again, I've not extracted this and flush mounted it yet. I'm just working it down to get it down here like this where I want it. And now before I even try to squeegee that window down past the seal, I'm going to take this paper towel and catch this water. And the reason I'm using paper towels because it is super dry and it absorbs water very fast. A rag will do it, but not as quick. And you want to catch all this you can. I don't recommend a paper towel to prep or to wipe any windows with because it does leave a fair amount of lint. But with the film already on the glass, it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to start extracting some of this. This is a new tool we've made, and by request from Rodney Hetler, and we're gonna send him some to try out. But it's a pretty cool little design. He told me what he was looking for and we started making it. Now I'm gonna put very little slip up there because the less slip you have to move around and get behind the edge or on the cracks, the less chance you have of flushing any debris from behind the cracks. That's why there's no need for me to use the glue trick on this one, because we're doing it old school, how we used to do it back in the day. And I'm really making this video for the site we got old school tinters or old guys and all that stuff. So, but it'll end up on other sites too, I'm sure. Definitely end up on my YouTube channel. And as with anything else, a lot of this can be done a whole lot faster. But this is a Saturday. I'm taking it easy. This is only one I'm working on today. I do have other stuff to do, but just this is the only tint job I have. There again, y'all don't see a bunch of water pushing up the edge of that, and I'm just easing this up. What I try to do is I try to let that film naturally tack off. You see how, I hope you can, I don't know if my camera's got enough magnification. I hope you see exactly what I'm doing over in these corners, but I'm pushing this up and letting it lay on top of the rubber. A little buggle on how to do something here in just a second. What we do after I get this done, I put a little heat on the outside of this glass where we can get it to bond on up on the edges. And, it's a pretty cool little technique. A lot of folks ask, does your hard card not scratch the film? A damaged hard card, yes, but this one I keep it sanded, so there again, no, this one doesn't. This is a Blue Frog from Pro Tools now, and it's a really good little tool. It does a great job. Again, up here, if you see me just pushing increments of this up there, the film is long, it's going up in that groove, but right here where this transition's at, the film is not going to lay down until I heat that and push it up in that transition. So I'm going to heat it right now, and then I'll once you've used the torch long enough, you get an idea about how much heat to put on there, and that's just about right. This is a brand new 30-degree blade, so I'm going to take this blade and I'm going to lay the back on so it's not to cut the film. I'm going to get right here where this transition's at, and I'm going to push it straight up and come out this way. Then I'll take the tool, ease this up a little more. Now, I'll show you how much we are going to trim off up in there. I'm going to reach way up in here with this tool, hold the film up to that second lip. I'm going to ease across through there. And the reason we wanted to heat that up and bond that is because if we hadn't have done that and the film dropped any amount at all, it would pull away from the glass and create a suction. And when that happens, it can, and most likely will, pull debris up in there. So, and that's how much we had up in there that we trimmed out. Now we're going to push it back up again, up into the seam. And these are not soft rubber bound windows, it's got hard plastic around them. So a lot of people has trouble out of these, and even this bottom corner, it gives me some trouble because of how I have to get up in there to get to it. It's just a little painstaking process. I'm gonna bring this over just a little bit more, and I'm steadily taking this tool, and this corner's tucking it up next to the edge of that hard rubber. Now I'll complete this cut right here by going upwards with it, just like that. fits up in there. As I trim that, I'll trim small sections at the time and get it like I want it, but I'm gonna keep working this down through here. And like I say, if you're into speed tinting, this process is not for you, but if you're into quality, this is your technique. Put a little more heat down there. You'll probably seen that little plume of smoke. There's a piece of pine straw stuck in there on the outside and it puffed it up a little bit. Now as I'm doing this, I'm going to follow along behind my hard card with this rag and catch that little bit of moisture that wicks up as we go. Now we'll snap a new tip, and we are using a 30-degree carbon blade. Now I'm going to cut this in small sections. I'm going to push this down, and the way to do it is you want to make sure your blade is laid flat against the mullion, because if you don't, you'll leave a gap. If it's flat, will be no gap to see. A lot of folks make that mistake and try to angle it and trim the rubber, and we just work it to where it fits exactly like it should. And that's just part of learning how to do this and manage it. But you always keep your hard card or whatever you're using to press this up just in front of or dead even with your blade. And I try to keep it all in one pass, because if you lift your knife back off, you can create a small issue, nothing major. Once I've cut it, I'll come back and angle it straight up into that groove and check my cut. I'm still attached just a little bit here in the corner, so I'm gonna work it slow and easy. Right, so off we go again. Guess I need to bring this back, see exactly where we need to start at. Pull it slow and we're right there. I don't recommend tearing it off, because you'll leave a corner divot in there just like you would a crease when you're two-staging a roll-up. Run that radius. We're going to try to lay that knife flat against the mullion. I'm going to drop down here and ease it up to make sure my transition point is cut, and it is. So again, you pull it real easy to make sure you don't have no snags. And she'll come off just like that. We'll get up in here in the truck with you guys and show you this. tap the screen so I can see what I'm looking at. I'm telling you guys, this is not a new truck. This baby's rough, but the deal is, you're only good as your last job. She's hanging out the door. There's a lot to be said for plotter cutting. We got a plotter, we use it every day, but there's also an art form and skill in hand cutting. Now this is a sticker on the outside the window that you guys can see, and those of you know what you're looking for know what to look for on this. There'll be some of you to take this thing and blow it up on the big screen and go, I think I found something, but you haven't. There's no such thing as a 10, but I'll give this one a 9 on this old truck. Anyway, I just thought that might interest some of you, and y'all have a good day.